Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the brake system. So, brake system is very important in case of tractor as well as any vehicle is concerned. So, brake system is to use to stop the tractor or stop the vehicle or to slow down the vehicle. And we know that in parking a vehicle means we are using hand brake, and also when we move down a slope, since the tire isn't round in shape, it can easily move down. So in that case also it is very much important to apply the brake to controlling the motion down of a vehicle when it is moving down a slope. So brake system is very important. So brake system is used to stop or slow down the motion of a tractor. So in tractor we'll have separate brakes for the left and right driving wheels. So the brake is provided for the driving wheels. In case of tractor, the driving wheels is the rear wheels, because the power is given to the only the rear wheels. If front wheel is not getting any power, it is dead axle. Front axle is dead axle, whereas the rear axle is live axle because it is getting power. And so the two separate wheels is there on the rear axle, like left wheel and right wheel. So we'll have two separate brakes on left wheel and right wheel, which can operate together with the help of a lock, and we can operate separately with the help by unlocking it. So why we'll go for separate braking for the left and right wheel is that if you want to take a turn towards the right side, then we know that the right side we'll have to be take very means it have to be travel less than the wheels on the left side. So we can apply the brake on the right side, so that the right side wheel will not rotate, whereas the left side wheel will rotate as it is getting power. So what happens is that as it rotate, it will take a sharp right turn. So for that we are using the separate brakes. And principle of operation of brake is the friction. That is, when a stationary element comes in contact with the moving element, then the both of the motion will get affected. If the power or the load on the stationary element is higher than that on the moving element, then definitely the moving element will stop that motion or rotation. If it is rotating, it will stop rotating when it is comes in contact with the stationary element, and that kinetic motion is converted to heat energy because of the frictional force which is acting between the two material. So we will use a frictional material as a stationary element, and we will use means we use that frictional stationary element to comes in contact with our moving wheels, so that the wheel will stop rotating. So that is the principle of operation. So based on that means the brake can be classified into mechanical brake and hydraulic brake. And mechanical brake in turn is classified into internal expanding, external contracting, and a disc type. So we can see one by one. First is the external contracting type shoe brake. So it is nothing but the brake that you have seen in a cycle, normal cycle. We have a front brake and a back brake. So it will have a semi arc shape brake. And when we when we press the brake in a cycle, what happened is that the that arc shape will contract, and that will move towards the rim of the cycle. Then the cycle wheel will stop rotating. Similarly, we'll have a brake drum, and surrounding the brake drum we will have some brake shoe or brake band. So there is a inside a brake drum, and surrounding the brake drum we'll have a frictional material or brake shoe. So when we press the brake lever, what happened is that that brake shoe will contract. That externally it is connected and it will contract. So the internally rotating brake drum will uh, stop rotating, because it's that motion is affected by the contracting external shoe. So that is about the working of a external contracting type. So that's similarly the working is similar to that of a Cycle means for easy of understanding, I said it is cycle. Next is internal expanding shoe type. So as the name indicate, we'll have a brake drum, and inside the brake drum we'll have two shoes, S1 and S2. It's marked in this figure, and that two shoe is made up of a frictional material which is fulcrumed at one point, but one end with the help of a spring that is expanding and contracting spring, and the operation is done by using a cam. So when we press the brake pedal at one point, this cam will operate, and cam as the cam operate, this brake pedal, sorry, brake shoes will expand. Will expand with the help of the spring. It will expand, and that will comes in contact with the rotating drum. So as it comes in contact with the rotating drum, the drum will get slows down initially, and then it will stop rotating. Then after, when we release the brake pedal, then due to the spring action, it will come back to the initial position, that is it will contract. Actually it is when the brake is applied, it is expanding inside the system, hence the name internal expanding shoe type system. So that is about the internal expanding shoe type, and this is how it is actually looks like. Next is the disc type brake. It is commonly seen in the motorbike. So in that we'll have two discs which are having a number of holes which is drilled on the disc, and steel balls also placed in this set. So when the brake pedal is pressed, the two discs will move in opposite direction. That will move in separately. When it is moved separately, the steel balls placed inside will shallow the part of the holes which is drilled in the disc. As a result, the discs are pressed between the stationary housing, and hence the rotations get affected and it will stop rotating. So that is the working of the disc brake. So when the brake is pressed, we can see when the brake is pressed here, the shoe will comes in contact, and that will stop the rotating of the two discs. So this is how the brake is working. Next is hydraulic brake. Hydraulic brake is nothing but the principle is same, but it is working in the work the part. This part is same, but the brake pedal linkage system is replaced by the mechanical linkage system is replaced by the hydraulic system, and hence that is working on the principle of Pascal's law. So we have a master cylinder and a wheel cylinder and a brake pedal, and the master cylinder and wheel cylinder is filled with hydraulic fluid. Usually it is a mixture of glycerin and alcohol. And what happened is that when we press the pedal here, the cylinder it will that pedal will actuate the motion of the piston inside the master cylinder, and it will press the fluid in the master cylinder. Then at the that pressure is uniformly distributed, and it will reaches the fluid in the wheel cylinder, and that will help the brake shoes to expand, and that brake shoe will comes in contact with the um, disc brake disc. It will stop rotating, and hence the work it will work. So this is how a hydraulic brake is working and normal mechanical brake is working. And that's it for today. In case of any doubt, you can contact me. Thank you.